just trying to survive and learn to love along the way. By Foreplay on AO3. Episode 72, Chapter 72 of Meetings and Quirks. Hisashi usually isn't this awkward around kids. He's always prided himself on putting them on ease and filling any silence with random talks that cheer them up. He can't exactly do that right now. Sure, Kirishima knows some sign language, but Hisashi doesn't know what he knows. So their walk down the hallway to the infirmary is awkward and silent. His students seem nervous and unsure as he walks a few feet away from Hisashi. So he stops him with a hand on his shoulder once they reach the doors. Are you okay? Do we need to take a minute before we go in? He makes sure he's loud enough and clear enough that it is not too difficult in the silent hallway. Just a little nervous. Kirishima smiles at him as he shakes his head. So Hisashi stands up straight and opens up the door. The audiologist is already there, and he smiles at the two of them as he gestures for Kirishima to sit up on one of the beds. Alright, so I'll make this quick and easy. Kirishima, my quirk allows me to see what kind of damage is done, and with a few additional tests, I'll be able to tell what kind of hearing aid you require. That sound good? Kirishima nods at him, so he opens his bag and begins. Hisashi makes sure to stay out of the way during the test, but he stays close in case the kid needs him. The doctor is good though, and he could tell how Kirishima is relaxing within the first few minutes of the appointment. That's nothing that the appointment takes that long. It's only about 20 minutes before the doctor is asking his final question. Alright, Kirishima, what's your quirk? It may have an effect on how the hearing aids fit behind your ear. It's hardening, sir. The man looks thoughtful for a second before grabbing his measuring tape once again. Can you activate it for me? Kirishima does as he's asked. The doctor quickly measures behind his ear again. Alright, you're good to turn it off. Your skin doesn't change too much with your quirk active, so the sizing shouldn't be a problem. I'll get a colleague reinforce them with his quirks, so you don't have to worry about your damaging them. Sound good? His student nods again, and the doctor gestures for Hisashi to follow him to the door. I'm gonna set him up with open-fitting hearing aids. They should get here within the week, and I'll send them over. I can trust you to show him what he needs to know. Of course, thanks for doing this, Doc. The audiologist just smiles and nods before showing himself out. Alright, listener, I'll walk you back to class. His final class files by, and soon Hisashi is meeting his husband back in the teacher's lounge. You tell Izu what's going on. Sho gives him one of his "are you stupid" looks before responding. Of course. I gave him the options to come, but he, for obvious reasons, didn't want to. They both fall silent as they pack up their teaching materials. They head to Nezu's office side by side, and Hisashi has to resist the urge to hold his husband's hand. The feeling comforts him, but he knows that that isn't the place to hold hands. Once they're in Nezu's office, it's fair game. All Might is already seated, tea in hand, when they arrive. The hero looks confused, and maybe a little afraid, at the look on Sho's face. His husband isn't even trying to be scary right now, thank God. They take a seat on the couch across from All Might before anyone speaks. I'm sure you've got things to worry about, so we'll make this quick, All Might. What aren't you telling us about All for One? The man looks genuinely confused at the question. What do you mean, Eraserhead? I've told you everything I know. I'm talking about the fact that Izuku used another quirk at the provisional exam. Maybe two. All Might carefully puts down his tea before sitting up straight, his look never wavering. Are you sure it wasn't just a dormant quirk? I thought of that, but I've seen Izuku's scans, and all of them contain the joint. All Might looks thorough for a moment, before responding. Could you tell me what the quirk is? Some sort of Blackwhip coming from his body. We haven't done any testing yet, so I'm not sure what the eliminations are. All Might's eyes go wide, and he sits back in his chair, an odd look on his face. That sounds awfully similar to the quirk of the 5th user. You said that he thought he used another one as well? Yes, he said that he could tell when things were going to be in danger, and when something big was going to happen. Gave him a hell of a headache. All Might is silent as he pulls out a notebook. He begins to flip through it. Hizashi is more than happy to let his husband do all the talking. They both hold grudges against All Might, and Hizashi isn't sure if he'd be able to control himself the way Sho does. Well, that could be Danger Sense, the quirk of the 4th user. And the 5th user is called Blackwhip. So you're saying that Izuku has access to the quirks of previous holders of One for All? That's what it looks like. I'll have to talk to Gran Torino, but I haven't heard of any previous users gaining access to other quirks. This is unprecedented. Izuku is number 9, so if you're correct, he'll be gaining 8 other quirks. Sho looks about as shocked as Hizashi feels. Not exactly. The 1st user's quirk was simply the ability to transfer his quirk, and his brother gave him the stockpiling quirk. All Might hesitates before continuing. I, myself, was quirkless before receiving One for All, so if your theory is correct, then Izuku should have access to 6 additional quirks. Are his hearing aids malfunctioning? Hizashi glances over to Shouta, and the look on his face tells him that they're not. He can't believe the audacity of this man. The number 1 hero, who was previously quirkless, told a kid that he couldn't be a hero without a quirk? Listen, I know what you're thinking. I'm a hypocrite, right? Hizashi nods, jaw tight. I never wanted to make your son feel that way. It was what I was told from a young age, and I only got the chance to be a hero once One for All was passed down to me. Hizashi guessed that makes sense. People can't exactly choose how they're raised. It still pisses him off, though. I know I messed up. I really think that your son will make a great hero, quirk or not. That's surprisingly mature of All Might. You'll let us know what Gran Torino says. Of course. He usually gets back to me quickly, especially if it's quirk related. All Might stands as they do, and reaches out a hand for them to shake. Hizashi does, and All Might gives him a grateful look. His husband hesitates before grabbing the hero's hand, and letting go within 2 seconds before grabbing Hizashi's to drag him out of there. Alright, so that was just a recap of shit we already know, but I am glad that Kirishima finally got his hearing aids, and I'm glad that his quirk is not gonna, stop him from having his hearing aids. Also, I want to punch All Might. I'm sorry. I want to punch him. I wish Hizashi punched him right there. He should have punched him. Just straight in the face. Sorry. I'm also glad that Izuku was not there during the meeting. I do not think that would have been healthy for his mental state. What, Canon All Might? So many people. I just realized I started talking to you guys without telling. I'm gonna call. Okay, but I'm interested. So the next chapter is called Of Heroes and Oh. The Hero Commission makes their move, and a reveal is finally. Oh God. Oh no. This isn't gonna happen. Okay, wait, hold up. I'm gonna spoil myself because I'm gonna go into the next chapter. What's the next chapter? Of Noise in a Hallway. Okay, well, we're fucked. Guys, we're fucked. This chapter has mentions of child abuse. There's also mild violence, but no graphic depiction. Hope you enjoy. Heart. Foreplay? What the fuck are you doing? I'm scared. I'm scared that they're gonna lose the trial and that Endeavor's gonna get away with it. And I don't want that. I mean, literally, he sent him to the hospital. No. Just no. Okay. As always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching. Sorry, I got distracted. I heard the voice of an angel and I got distracted.